All right, welcome to the Next Fitness Show. My name is Alexis Craig, and I am coming to you live right now from California. We are here today for episode 89. Yay. We have a lot of awesome stuff coming up for you today. Today, what we are talking a lot about is when you are about to perform in a 5K. So if you are doing a race of some kind or some kind of event where you really need to have athletic performance, what are the do's and the don'ts to get you prepared? And I'm talking last minute preparation. So we're going to talk about that a lot. We have a move of the week. We have a mid-show stretch break, and I have a lot of announcements. Some of them are new and exciting for you today as well. So just before we get too far along in here, I just want to say this is a production of the Next Fitness Show. So this is of the Next Fitness Thing. This is the Next Fitness Show, and we are the Next Fitness Thing. So if you've never heard of us, go to thenextfitnessthing.com and check us out. We have all kinds of fitness classes. We have things beyond fitness. We're really a wellness community, and a lot of what we offer is live. So check it out. And you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the things. All right, I'll put links to all that stuff below. So if you're here live right now, the first thing I want to ask you to do is push the like. The second thing I want to ask is to go into the live chat and say, hey. So far in the live chat, the only way I know if you're here or not is if you say hi in the live chat. Otherwise, I can see how many people, but I can't actually see your name. So I can see Marissa is here saying hi. Hi. Mom's here saying hello. Thumbs up. Awesome. All right, cool. I'm going to push the like on it myself. There it is. Okay, awesome. So what we're talking about today is do's and don'ts on race day. Now, this is a particularly pertinent topic at this moment because we have our own virtual 5K happening tomorrow. This show is being recorded on October 24th, 2025. And tomorrow on October 25th, we are doing a Trick or Trot 5K. That's a benefit for an organization called Project Soulflower. Nice. Megan is in the chat saying hello. Donna D is saying I'm back. Oh my gosh, we have been missing you, Donna D. I'm so glad you're here. Hi. So we're going to go over what to do on race day and what not to do on race day. So I know there are many of you who are going to be doing this virtual 5K tomorrow, but this is also just race season right now. So if you are preparing for any kind of race or fitness event, this is going to be pertinent for you. It doesn't actually matter if you're walking or if you're running. It doesn't matter if you're doing something else. Maybe you're in a paddleboard race. Maybe you're doing a bike race. Maybe you're doing something else like maybe you're going to be doing a rollerblading race. It could be anything. But all of these tips are going to be pertinent no matter what that you're training for. All right. So let's get started with this. Our first do on race day is do stick to your routine. Okay, what I'm talking about with this is you want to stay with, you want to perform the way that you've been training. You don't want to try something new on the day of the actual event. So if you've been using a certain pair of shoes for all of your workouts up to this point, those are the shoes that you're wearing. If you've been using a certain way of holding your phone, that's what you're going to use. If you usually wake up and have coffee and have breakfast and take a shower, or whatever the order that usually goes in for you in the morning, your routine, you stick to your normal routine. And that is really going to be a recipe for success here, is to stick to your routine leading up to the race. Sometimes this can be challenging because I know that Kathy was recently on the show as a guest, and trainer Kathy, and she recently did a 5K that was like at 4 in the morning. And that in itself is totally going to throw you off your routine, right? And there, of course, will be factors of the fact that you're even doing this that might throw you off of your routine. So the more that you can lean into what you usually do when you wake up and hold your routine together the best that you can, the more that you're going to feel grounded and ready to perform in your event. All right. So with this, going along with this one, so do stick to your routine. And with that, I just want to say the don't is don't try something new. This is not the time to try something new. If you want to try something new, the time to try it is while you're training. So if you want to try new socks, if you want to try a new something to eat, if you want to try a new water bottle, try it while you're training. On race day, you stick to what is already tried and true. Okay, if you have any comments on any of these, if you have any horror stories along the way, I want to hear it. So feel free to drop that in the chat too. I would love to hear that. Okay, the next thing for you to do on race day, especially for a 5K, is do hydrate early. Hydrate early. Now, what am I talking about with this? I'm talking about drink water all day today. Like overhydrate today. Really, really, really drink your water today. And because the thing is, you want to already be hydrated. Maybe you're planning on carrying water during your 5K, but if you have not been training with carrying a water bottle, you don't want to start carrying a water bottle during this event if you haven't been training that way. If you always carry a water bottle, fine, carry your water bottle and you're going to be fine. But the 5K is one of those distances where it's just short enough that you might not really want to carry your water, right? You want to make sure you're still hydrated, even though you're not carrying water. And we're doing a virtual 5K. So most likely you don't have a crew of people handing you a cup of water at the halfway point like you would if you were going to do a race in person. I mean, that's the beauty of doing the race in person, is that they do have all these water stations along the way. So maybe you want to set up water stations for yourself. But the other thing to say with that is, for me at least, the 5K takes at least 45 minutes, and it might take more like an hour, and it might even take longer than that. So you don't want to have to go to the bathroom in the middle of it. So you want to hydrate early so that way you have already taken care of your business before you get started in your 5K. All right. Oh, Donna D is in here saying cruising and vacation. Oh, that's why we've been missing you. You've been on vacation. Oh my gosh, lucky. Well, I'm glad that's where you were, and welcome back. We're happy. So the don't that goes with this is do not chug water at the starting line. That's why I'm saying start early. You don't want to be chugging water and then go, for a number of reasons. One, because you don't want to have to pee while you're doing your 5K, but also you don't want to feel waterlogged. You know that feeling when you've had a little too much water and now you have to perform and you're just like, no. So I would say do not chug water at the starting line, hydrate early, and start hydrating right now. P.S. if we're talking about this and it's making you want to do this 5K and you're not already signed up, you totally can still sign up. It's tomorrow morning on October 25th at 9 a.m. Pacific, and you can still sign up if you want to. I'll show you the link in a little bit. It's also down in the show notes if you want to check it out there too. Not yet, but it will be after I'm done with this. All right, so with that, the next thing to do on race day is pace yourself. Do pace yourself. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and show you the don't with this. Don't go out too fast. This is generally true for any race, unless you're doing a really short sprint. I mean, if you were doing the 50-yard dash or something, sure, just go. But pretty much anything else, I mean, honestly, even for me, even if I'm doing 100 yards, I still kind of need to pace myself with that. With the 5K, the pacing can be a little bit tricky. So it's 3.1 miles. In a 5K, you want to try to do a negative split. And honestly, I think you basically always want to do a negative split. What that means is that every mile is a little bit faster than the one before. So you're holding back when you first start and you go a little harder and then you go a little harder and then you go a little harder. So the way that I think of this is the first mile is you're kind of getting in your body and you're getting moving. The second mile, you're pushing it a little bit because it's 3.1 miles, it's 5K. The third mile, you're really getting to your edge. And then you still have 0.11 miles to go after you've done 3 miles. So that last 0.11 miles at the end is the sprint to the finish line. So if you've been in this training program, you've been practicing this. We've been doing this together for at least 4 weeks, really practicing this negative splits. And just keep that in mind. Sometimes you might get a little excited because you're here for race day and you might have a goal of a certain time you're trying to hit. And so what I'm saying is start easy. Start on the RPE scale. I would say start something like a 6. For the first couple minutes, you should be able to like sing a song and do it at the same time. And then after you're in it for maybe a couple of minutes, you can push it to a 7. And I would say in general, during the 5K, you want to be at like a 7, 8, 8.5, which basically means you could say one sentence, you have to take a breath. Say one sentence, you have to get your breath. All right. Nice. Aaron just joined us. Welcome. Hello. Awesome. Okay. So we just talked about don't push yourself. Don't go out too fast. All right. Our next do on race day is, this is particularly for a virtual event. Do charge your phone. This one could be tragic if you don't do it. Do charge your phone. If you know that being in something for, if you know that using Zoom and a tracker on your phone for an hour is about how much battery your phone's going to even have at its max capacity, I would also carry a, like this thing. Carry a little battery pack or something if you can, maybe put it in your pocket. Ideally, you would have been practicing with that all along so that this is not going to be new, because having the battery pack and the cord and the phone, that is not going to be fun if you haven't practiced it already. So make sure your phone is charged. That's the simplest answer. Phone is already charged before you start. And I know that this, for you East Coast crew, this doesn't happen till noon. So you might charge your phone overnight and then maybe use it in the morning and not really think about it. So make sure your phone is charged by the time the event actually starts. Okay. And the thing that is the don't that goes along with this one is don't forget to turn on your tracker. Now, whatever your tracker may be, by this point, if you've been training, you know what you're using for a tracker. In a virtual event, you have to do your own tracking. So I personally like to use Strava and I use it on my phone. You might have a different device. You might have an Apple Watch or a Samsung device or a Google one or a Fitbit or something else that is going to track your distance for you. you want to use whatever you're the most comfortable with that you have been using consistently. If you're just signing up right now and you have no idea, I would honestly suggest just use your phone. You can download Strava, it's free. And the other thing I just want to point out for those of you who may not have used Strava or something like that before, even though you might be doing the 5K as a walk, you want to tell the app you're running. The reason is that you want to know your split time. So you want to know how fast you ran the first mile, how fast you ran the second mile, or walked, how fast you did for the first mile, the second mile, the third mile, and then to the finish line. You want to know your split times. That's what that means. So if you put in that you're walking, it doesn't give you split times on Strava. So you want to put in that you're running, even though you're walking. I know, but it's good to know that. And I think, I forget who told me, one of our teammates told me that. Might have been Aaron, might have been Natalie, might have been Daniela. I forget who told me that, but I really appreciate knowing that actually. So anyway, make sure you turn the tracker on when you start so that way you're going to get an accurate distance along the way. Okay. And I would suggest don't really look at it that much. Just put it in your pocket, whatever you're going to do. If you put it in your pocket, maybe you hold it, maybe wherever you put it. I used to put it in my bra. Now I'm a lot more careful about the cell phone vibes when it comes to that. But just to have a plan. All right. Donna D says, good to know. Yeah. Tell it you're running, even if you're not. Okay. The next piece of what to do on race day is stay strong through discomfort. Now, this is a real edge and this is a balance because what I'm telling you not to do is don't push through pain. This takes a certain amount of attunement for you to be able to discern what is discomfort and what is pain. If it's the discomfort of I'm kind of out of breath, I would say keep going and you're probably fine. But if you start getting lightheaded, if you start really feeling like you're not okay, you don't want to push through that, right? If you're feeling like you're getting heat exhaustion or something like that, you don't want to push through that. If it's joint intense pain, you definitely don't want to push through that. But for me, I would say my ankles can be a little creaky and my knees too. And in the first half mile, I will hear them talking to me. And they talk to me until I get warmed up and then I'm okay. And so for me, I'm really just, I'm not exactly pushing through discomfort, but I'm just tracking the discomfort. And if it turns into pain, then I just say, oh, well, today's not going to be my best time. It's okay. And then if it's okay, then I do just keep moving with the discomfort. So it's going to take a certain amount of attunement for you. The reason I want you to really be ready to be strong through discomfort is that is where the performance edge is. When you allow yourself to get into the area where you're uncomfortable, that's where you're really allowing yourself to have a sense of improvement. So again, you're going to have to listen to your own body and trust yourself to make that decision as you go. My hope for you would be that you really get out of your head while you're here and doing this event, and that you can get into your body, enjoy the experience, the music, people cheering you on, the scenery, being outside, maybe the whole experience of it without having to think so much. That's what my hope is for you. Okay. Next, on race day, do dress smart. Now, we talked about this a little bit. Don't wear new shoes. And I will say, don't overdress. I am someone who's so guilty of this. If anybody else in here is guilty of this, I want to hear it. So if it's chilly outside, I just want the jacket. I totally want the jacket. And then as soon as I start, literally in the first 3 minutes, I'm warm. And you warm up once you're moving and you're really grooving, you warm up faster than you think. And so once I'm moving, I don't want the jacket. And so it really helps me to either I wear a layer that I could take off and tie around my waist and not care that it's there, or I go to my starting place with the jacket on and take it off and leave it there if that's possible. And then I go. It can also help if you warm up before you start. So if you do a little warm up before you arrive, before we get to the starting line, you'll be able to be warm already so that you don't have to start cold without a jacket on. In general, pretty much any time that you're doing this kind of event, you want to dress for something that's like 10 degrees warmer than it actually is. So, I mean, in my neighborhood right now, it's generally in the 60s. So, at 9 a.m. And so I'm going to dress like it's in the 70s. Now, if you're living somewhere where it's in the 40s right now, you still might want a jacket. You know yourself better than I do of what you're going to want to wear. Um, Marissa says I'm guilty of this too, of wearing the jacket and regretting it, right? I know. I have such a thing with that. Okay, Marissa's asking about using energy blocks. Good. I'm glad you brought that up. We're definitely going to talk about that. The other thing I just want to mention is this is the Trick or Trot event. So this is you're invited to wear a costume. When I'm telling you to dress smart, I would like for you to have worn this costume before. No capes. Don't wear a cape. Don't wear a mask where you can't see. And if you're going to wear a costume and you haven't worn it before, I would suggest wear it today for a little while. Maybe do a little warm up today and wear it for just end of the block and back or something. So you can get a feel for, is something going to chafe? Is it going to be really annoying? Are you going to be able to see? Is it going to work with your earphones? All those kinds of questions. Does it have pockets? Nice. Daniela just joined us. Welcome, Daniela. I'm glad you're here. I'm so excited for your 5K tomorrow. All right, moving on. The next thing for you to do on race day is go to the bathroom before we start. Go to the bathroom before we start. Now, I know we already talked about water. I'm also talking about number 2. You want to have gone to the bathroom before you start, if you can. Of course, you got to do your routine of whatever happens in your day normally. But I'm just saying, a lot of times when you know your body, when you start walking and you start really pushing it, it starts moving things through your body. And you don't want to get halfway through and have to go to the bathroom. That is the worst. It's the worst. And so you don't want to have to like go back home real quick, go to the bathroom, go back out or anything like that. So go to the bathroom before you start. Just reminding you. I know I sound like your mom right now, but just remember to do that. Okay, and the thing I'm saying not to do is do not eat an experimental energy gel or block beforehand. If you've never had it before, this is not the day to try it. I'm not saying not to use these. They can be really, really useful, especially if you're doing a really longer endurance event. Honestly, the threshold for how long you can exercise before you need to refuel, assuming you're fueled before you started and you ate breakfast, is 90 minutes. So the 5K is only 55 minutes. You don't need to have an energy gel or Gatorade or whatever. You don't need that for glycogen replenishment. For most people, you will not need that during the event. Have it after. But I can understand that you may be like, I know Marissa's asking this question, and I know Marissa does a bike race that takes like hours and hours. It's like a all day or at least a half a day kind of thing. In that, you might need something to fuel with, right? So what I'm saying with that is you want to have tried it before. And you want to not only try it just randomly eating it, which is also a good idea, but you want to also try it with exercise. So if you are going to try to use an energy block or try to use a gel, then I would suggest whatever you're going to do during the event, do it before your workouts and try it a few times before your workout so that you have a sense of how it's going to react in your body. Because I'll tell you right now, if I have something that has pea protein in it, I have to go to the bathroom in 5 minutes. I already know. If it has fake sugar in it, I have to go to the bathroom in 10 minutes. So I would hate to find that out. And it's not like the kind of going to the bathroom where it's normal. It's like, go to the bathroom right now. Right? You don't want to find that out when you're already a mile in. That'd be terrible. So Marissa says I've had them before and you use them while cycling. Well, then perfect. Right. So it can be a good idea. I'll just say for 5K, you probably don't need it, but make sure you breakfast. And that said, you want to eat the breakfast not immediately before. You want to do your routine, your morning routine that includes breakfast, and give yourself some time to digest before we start, right? Okay. So our next one is do remember why you signed up in the first place. And I'm just going to have you do this right now. For those of you who are signed up for a race, an event, maybe it's our event tomorrow, maybe it's something else. Why did you sign up for this? Really get clear on why. Was it really to try to hit a certain time? Why did you want to hit that certain time? Why did you want to complete this event? Maybe you wanted to do it just to know that you could do it. Why? Keep asking yourself why and ask the why to the why to the why so you get really clear on why. For me, it's like, I'm doing this because I value my health. I'm doing this because I value my life. Whatever it is for you. And remember that before you start so that doing this event can be a celebration. It can really be done in honor of the reason that you signed up in the first place. And with that, don't forget to celebrate. This, for those of you who are in our training program right now, you've been training for this for weeks. And it's really important not only that you do the thing, but that you celebrate doing the thing. Celebrating is not frivolous. Celebrating is not a luxury. Celebrating is actually a really important part of the process so that you can really feel the reward and really feel the high of doing the thing so that it reinforces the behavior for you. It makes you get more out of it by celebrating it. So I really encourage you to celebrate. I'm not telling you to celebrate with food. You celebrate how you want. And as you're celebrating, maybe a little bit past as you're celebrating, start thinking about what's next for you. We're going to have our goals walk, not this coming Monday, but the one after, so we can think about it then. We do have another walking challenge coming up that I'm going to tell you about it today. And we also have another 5K coming up, and I'll tell you about that too. So maybe that's what's next for you, or maybe it's something else. So get clear on why did you sign up for this in the first place? How are you going to celebrate? Plan it now. And then you can think about what's next. All right, what's going on in the chat? Mom says celebrate means cake. I mean, if you want it to mean cake, it can mean cake. That's fine. All right. With that, I wish everyone the best of luck for the 5K. We'll talk about it a little bit more today, but it is now time for our stretch break. Woohoo! Stretch break time. I invite you to actually do the stretch with us. Our stretch today, I chose stretches today intentionally that would be good for you to do before your 5K tomorrow. So our stretch today is leg swings. Here, I even have a video that I'm showing. I want to give a little credit on this video. This is a video from a YouTube channel called Rehab My Patient. There it is. Okay, and here is a demonstration of what I'm talking about with leg swings. Let's check this out. This is it. You can hold on to anything. You could hold on to a wall, you could hold on to your ballet bar, whatever it is. You swing your legs forward and back, do one at a time. And when you're done with one side, do the other side. And when you've done both sides, do swings across the front of your body instead, swinging across and out and across and out. So it can go across the front of your body as well. Leg swings is a really great way to warm up before an event like this. And you can kind of feel how hard you want to go. You can really go for it with big kicks, and honestly, I would say start small with just like little ones, and you can feel what's going to warm you up. It gets your hips loose, it gets your lower back loose, it loosens up your quads, loosens up your hamstrings, and it's a really good thing to do before. You could do it standing, even if you're standing right at the starting line of an actual race. I mean, might need to take a little space. Don't kick anyone, but you get what I mean. All right. Aaron says, yes, I love doing these before. Me too. I absolutely love leg swings. We got to get those in the exercise library. I love leg swings. And Aaron says we're going to the pumpkin patch to celebrate. Ah, that's so cool. I love it. Cool. Mom says, can we celebrate all together? Yes. Well, we definitely can. P.S. There's a stretch class directly afterward of our 5K tomorrow. So if you make it home and you're ready to stretch right afterward, you can. If you don't make it in time, that's okay. You can do the stretch class on replay. I understand that sometimes you might not make it exactly a full loop to come back. All right, if you have been doing the leg swings, then make sure you do both sides. We're moving on now to our move of the week. So our move of the week this week, we actually have two, but these go together. Now, this is also a really good thing to do before you do the 5K. Before. So our moves of the week are toe walks and heel walks. Now, I also got you some videos so you can see what we're talking about. Now, toe walks is something you've definitely done before. Toe walks is basically walking on your tiptoes. So for this toe walks video, this is a YouTube channel called Baptist Health that has a really good example of what the toe walks looks like. Here it is. I'm in no way affiliated with this. I'm just showing you a good video. So you can see you just walk on your toes. And I love how they show holding on to the table. So you don't have to be able to do this on your own. You can hold on to the wall. You can hold on to the table. And you don't have to do a ton of them. I would say maybe take 20 steps, so it's 10 on each foot, and rest. And then maybe do the heel walks, 20 steps, and rest. And do that maybe 3 times through, and you're good to go. That's what I would suggest. Leg swings, toe walks, heel walks. Of course, there's other things you can do, but I'm just trying to give you some ideas of things you might not have seen before to try. I know I also told you don't do things outside your routine, so there's that too. Okay, for the heel walks, this one might be a little bit more new, and you can try it today so that you don't have to try it for the first time tomorrow. So try it right now with me if you would. This is heel walks. Heel walks looks like, what happened? That's weird. There we go. It looks like walking on your heels. So you curl your toes back and you walk back and forth on your heels. You don't stick out your butt, so you do stand up really tall. And this is going to help you with the dorsiflexion. The reason that you want to do the heel walks and the toe walks is to help you to be able to move through your foot in a natural way and to have your ankles and your feet warmed up and ready for this larger event. So the heel walks is a YouTube channel called Ask Dr. Joe. So thank you to Ask Dr. Joe for the video. And I just want to say these are a good thing to practice basically before every walking class, before every time. A little bit of leg swings, a little bit of heel walks, a little bit of toe walks, and then go for your walk. Whether you're taking a class or if you're just going for a walk, it's a really good practice to do it. If you never tried it before, this is a good chance. Try it today. All right, that is our move of the week. So we've been talking about this a lot already, but here's the official announcement that goes along with it. Our Trick or Trot 5K is tomorrow. The proceeds from this event go to Project Soulflower, which is a nonprofit organization that benefits young adults who have life-threatening diseases so that they can have their bucket list dreams come true. Now, this is happening tomorrow morning. It is at 9 a.m. Pacific. So East Coast crew, it's at noon. And if you are in Central Time, it's at 11 a.m. If you want to sign up and you have not already, the URL is not on here. Whoops. Okay, it is. We have shirts and everything. It's thenextfitnessthing.com/trick or trot 5K. It's what it says right in that orange circle. Thenextfitnessthing.com/trick or trot 5K. All right. So that's tomorrow. I'm so excited for you guys. All right. Here's the shirt. For those of you who are signed up, your shirt should be coming any day. Did you get it yet? I would love to know. I've been getting all of the, tracking confirmations to say that they're on their way and that they should be there any day. So hopefully you get it soon. All right. And like I said, we do have another 5K coming up. So if maybe tomorrow doesn't work well for you, or maybe you're watching this video and the trick or trot already happened, and maybe you're doing the trick or trot and you had so much fun, you want to do another one. This one is also a benefit for Project Soulflower, and it's on Saturday, November 22nd. So this is a virtual 5K. There is actually in-person version in Denver. So if you are in Denver and you want to do it in person, totally. And this is going to be the Friendsgiving 5K. So the nextfitnessthing.com/Friendsgiving 5K. And it's, again, going to be 55 minutes. This is a great chance for you to do both events and see how you perform from one to the other. Now, we don't have an official 5K training program for this event, but if you want one, you can sign up for the Trick or Trot 5K training program and do it on replay. And you will get access to it. We also have a Make Your Way to 5K on our website that is meant to be done on replay that you could use for any 5K event. So feel free to use that as well. All right. Now, moving on, our next announcement is our next walking challenge. This is the walking challenge that takes place between now and the Friendsgiving 5K. This is the Walking with Gratitude challenge. Now, we've done something kind of like this before, but this one's going to feel different. This is a walking challenge that is really going to go deep into asking you to access gratitude for all kinds of different elements of your life. If you're interested in this, it's a 2-week walking challenge. It starts on November 10th. It's Monday through Thursday, 2 weeks in a row. It's at 2 different times live throughout the day, and there is a replay available as well. So if the times don't work for you, it's fine. You could take it on replay. And we're really going deep with this one. So I encourage you to sign up, especially at this time of year. And really at this time of Earth. I just can feel how there's so much intensity in the field right now, and there's a lot of division, and there is a lot of kind of like othering and blame going on, and a lot of anger. And I mean, and I'm not saying that, I mean, rightfully so to some extent, right? And at the same time, it's a great chance for us to really remember that that's not all that's going on. Just because that's what's going on TV, there's a lot to be grateful for. And there's a lot that is going really well. And there's a lot to just notice to help you so that you can have this opportunity to reset your nervous system and feel connected to your sense of purpose and to feel good about what's happening right now because there's so much good that's happening. So that's what this challenge is about. Mom says gratitude for attitude. Yes, exactly. Aaron says, yay, I missed this last year. Yeah, this one's going to be, if you did do it last year, it is sort of similar, but this one's going to be, it's totally different. The classes are different. Everything in it is different. There's nothing the same of it. Okay. So nextfitnessthing.com/gratitude. There is a member discount on it for those of you. It should pop up immediately. If you don't get the member discount, send me a message because and I'll fix it, but it should work. It worked for me. Okay. Now, I do have a comment for next week. Next week on Friday for the show is Halloween. I will definitely be in costume. It's going to be a really fun one. I hope you can make it. And Friday morning, we don't have that much on the schedule normally. So our trainer Kelly has volunteered to teach on Halloween morning a 7 a.m. Pacific long stretch class. So this is stretch 40. It's next Friday, a week from today. And for those of you on the East Coast, that's like 10 a.m. And this is Kelly's first time teaching a longer class for us beyond 25 minutes. So you can go and support Kelly. You can go and get your stretch on. You can go and have a nice, easy, wonderful Friday morning. So sign up now. It's up in the schedule already. And P.S. come to the show that day. Next week is going to be really fun. All right. The other thing I want to remind you of is the survey. Now, I know I mentioned this last week, but a handful of people have taken it already, but there's a lot more people in the chat than there are who took the survey. So if you are here right now and you didn't take the survey yet, please go take it right now. It's survey.thenextfitnessthing.com. And we basically we had a survey earlier this year. We changed the schedule based on that survey. And now it's been a couple of months since we changed the schedule. I want to know how it's going. Do you like it? Are the classes you want at the times that you want? Let me know. And I'm really listening to your feedback. Mom says, wear a costume and turn on the camera. Next week? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I'm going to for sure. Okay, so survey.thenextfitnessthing.com. All right. This weekend, this is coming on Sunday of this weekend. Today's Friday. We have the 5K on Saturday, and this is the perfect chance for active recovery. And that is book club walk on Sunday. I finished the book. It was definitely, I mean, it was one of my favorites that we've had so far. I liked the characters and it was definitely um it's it's gothic, all right? Mexican gothic. That's a good name for it, really. I liked it. So you still have a couple more days if you want to finish the book. It's on Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific. This is going to be led by our trainer Casey on Sunday. So I'll see you guys there. All right. We do have a Discord server. I'll put the link below. So if you're not in the Discord, jump in there. And our next community event is not this weekend, but the following weekend on Saturday is our community event. It's the day after Halloween. And this is free, completely free. We're having Day of the Dead, and it's not just Dia de los Muertos. It's also honoring All Saints Day, honoring Samhain, honoring Hallows. It's the day that's honored by so many cultures around the world to honor our ancestors. So this is going to be a walk or whatever cardio you might want to join with to honor our ancestors. See you there. If you'd like to check it out, it's thenextfitnessthing.com/Day of the Dead. All right. I think that brings us to the end of the show. We did it. Woohoo. Okay. So team, everybody who is here for the 5K, if you're doing the 5K this weekend, good luck. I'll be there with you. I can't wait. Make sure you drink your water. Start drinking your water right now. Get lots of sleep tonight. Lots and lots of sleep. You don't need a super duper carbo load. Eat something healthy and balanced tonight. Eat something healthy and balanced in the morning. That's kind of normal for you. And have fun with it. All right. Team, I love you. Happy Friday. Thanks for being here. See you soon. All right, let's dance it out. I think I got it. Almost. There it is. Let's do it. There it is.